there is a crazy tool out known as ChatGPT, and I think it's going to change how we run and play Dungeons and Dragons and other TTRPGs going forward. Let's check it out. So today we're just going to have a quick look at what ChatGPT can do on a surface level, what you could use it for with your games if you did decide to use it, and then we'll quickly touch on ethics. We're not going to go too much into too many things. We'll save that for future videos, but if you want to see more, please let us know in the comments below what you want to see. AI is here, and I don't think AI is going anywhere, but that doesn't mean that we should use tools without knowing how they were created and what they do and whatnot. And I think it could help a lot of people creatively if they did decide to use it with writer's block or inspiration and whatnot. You could kind of say that the AI is kind of like a bard. But let's jump over. Let's have a look at what it can do. All right, this is ChatGPT. ChatGPT's been out for a while now. It's been out since the 30th of November, 2022. And I've been playing with it ever since. And the things that I've seen it do is crazy. A lot of people out there are using it for things like programming, writing. What ChatGPT is, it is a generative AI, and the generative AI uses an existing database to generate information and writing. But in essence, essentially what it does is you type in prompts and it generates new things based on the information that it's gathered. More about this later in the video. So let's say that you're preparing for a game of Dungeons & Dragons or TTRPGs or whatnot, and you need to start doing your prep. One of the age-old things when it comes to Dungeons & Dragons is coming up with names for characters. Let's do that now. So we're gonna ask ChatGPT to give us 5 orc names. Please give us 5 names for orcs. And there you go. We have 5 orc names. That took like 5 seconds. Let's say that now that we've got the names, we actually want to get a little bit more detail about Grumgar or Yargnash or Furgrash. Please give us descriptions for each orc. Deliver this in table format. All right. So now we're going to get into table format. We're going to get a description of the orcs that we've just generated. And now we have a bunch of orcs with descriptions ready to go for our game. And again, it's taken under a minute to have this happen, which is insane. It's cool. It's amazing. And there we have it. We have it. There are all the names and descriptions. Grumgar the Destroyer. Grumgar is a massive orc with bulging muscles and a fierce scowl. He is known for his destructive tendencies, often laying waste to entire villages in his quest for loot and power. That is awesome. As you can see here, we've got some good descriptions, but we could be more descriptive or have more descriptions. Add smells and mannerisms. Here we go. So now it's added smells, and it's also got mannerisms in there as well. Grumgar has a potent odor. He rarely bathes and is covered in blood and grime from battle. He is also prone to fits of rage, smashing anything that gets in his way when he becomes agitated. And we have 5 of these ready to go. What's even cooler is we can take the information that's here and we can feed it into other things. So we can say, please write a quest to fight these orcs. Include locations and reward. Detail the quest giver. And now it's writing more information for us about taking on these orcs for the D&D game. Now, I will say that a lot of this should be used as inspiration. You shouldn't just use this as your answer to preparing your games. I think it's still important to foster and grow your creativity rather than just like typing in and getting what you have here on the screen. You've been approached by a group of dwarves who are seeking brave adventurers to help them take down a group of orcs and have been terrorizing their village. The orcs, led by Grumgar the Destroyer, Yargnash the Pillager, Furgash the Butcher, Vorg the Indestructible, and Gazkul the Devourer, have been causing destruction and stealing valuable resources from the dwarves. The quest giver, a dwarf named Theron, explains that the orcs have been taking up residence in an abandoned fortress located in the mountains to the north. He offers a reward of 500 gold. You will need to defeat each of the orc leaders and their hordes of minions in order to complete the quest. Will you accept the challenge and take on the orcs? And then that's it. You can edit and change that however you please, which is absolutely awesome. On top of this, if you need some information on how to the village itself, you can get it to generate information about the village. Please give me more detail about the village. Include a few shops and NPCs. Please include a special feature of the town. Include descriptions of the buildings and include local rumors. All right. The village of Ironforge is a small but thriving community nestled in the mountains. It is home to a hardy group of dwarves who have lived in the area for generations. The village is known for its skilled blacksmiths, craftsmen who produce high-quality weapons and armor for sale. One of the most popular shops in Ironforge is the Anvil and Hammer, run by a dwarf blacksmith known as Gimli. There's so much information here, and you can pick and choose what is your favorite and what you want to use for your games. It is mind-blowing. So we have orcs, we have details and descriptions of the orcs, we have a quest, we have a brand new village. We can ask it for, please give us details on the orc stronghold. Make it a dungeon. Please add 3 secrets to be found at the stronghold. All right. The abandoned fortress is a large, imposing structure that was once used by powerful orc warlord and his army. It is located in a remote area in the mountains surrounded by dense fortresses, rocky cliffs. It's generating so much information that it's hard for me to keep up. And you can choose what inspires you and you could bring it into your games. And here are the secrets here. A secret passage that leads to a hidden room filled with gold and valuable items. A forgotten laboratory where orcs conducted experiments on their prisoners. A map that reveals the location of a long lost artifact that could tip the balance of power in the region. What? It's crazy. And here's the thing. Let's say that you want to see how this plays out. You want to know what this feels like when you run it in the game, or you want some more inspiration for running it. You can do that. Let's make a character just quickly. Make a warlock named Dread, who is a pact of the fiend. Give descriptions of the warlock. They have dreadlocks. All right, here we go. Now, here's the crazy thing, is that I'm using natural language. This isn't just me using certain prompts. I'm talking with this as if it was someone else, and it's giving me this information for the games that I want to run or the things I want to use it for. And it's just made a warlock named Dread, who's a pact of the fiend. So Dread is a powerful warlock who has made a pact with the fiend from the depths of the abyss. He is a tall, imposing figure with dark skin, long dreadlocks that hang down below his waist. Okay, so that's you can read that. There's so much information there for you to read and use and take what you need. Check this out. Write a scene where Dread is speaking, and I'm gonna spell this wrong just to show you. The dwarf's name, I believe, was like Theron. I'm gonna name him Theron. There we go. Theron. Dread wants details about the quest and will push the quest giver for more money. The quest giver, Theron, will deny the request. Dread feels a stirring within that leads them to take the quest regardless. As the patron wants this. Give dialogue for all 3 characters. Theron, Dread, and the patron. And here we go. We have a scene between this warlock, the quest giver, and the patron. And you can use this just to get a feel of like how the scene feels, how the character feels. You can ask it to change things about this scene. You could use it for combat as well. You can ask it for spell descriptions. Give me 5 spell descriptions of Eldritch Blast for Dread. Include the descriptions of the character. Okay, so it didn't give me the proper spell descriptions here. As you can see, it's done something very strange. It's called each one of these different things. Dread channels the fiery essence of his fiendish patron into his Eldritch Blast, causing it to erupt into a searing inferno upon impact. The blast leaves behind a trail of scorched earth and charred remains. I mean, that's still pretty good. That's pretty good, actually. Okay, this is Frostbite. Dread's Eldritch Blast chills the air upon impact, freezing the enemy in place and coating them in a layer of frost. The blast also saps the warmth from the air, making it difficult for enemies to recover. I think it's just come up with a bunch of new spells, which is kind of crazy. But it is what it is. You can even get it to write scenes of combat for you and the character and whatnot. Alright, here we go. Write a scene between Dread and Grumgar. There's Dread's patron, and tries to strike a bargain with the warlock. Patron denies. I'm showing you how good the misspelling feature is. It knows what I'm talking about. A Grumgar and commands Dread to slay the orc. The orc betrayed the patron, and this is vengeance. Write dialogue, and be descriptive. And here we go. Now, I could spend my time reading all this for you guys. However, the video would end up being 2 or 3 hours long. But you can see the absolute power that is ChatGPT for the games that we're running. And there are so many cool things that you can do with it that would help you improve your game, either as a player or a GM. Of course, that means that we need to discuss the ethics. Below, you will find links to help you do the research to find out what this is and how it came about. But in essence, ChatGPT and many of the AIs out there take information from the internet and put them in databases. There is no legislation or there is no rules on what they can and can't do. There's a technicality of them putting it in their databases, but it's not them hosting it, so technically they're not in the wrong there. And I think that everyone needs to decide how they feel about AI, what it means to them, and how they want to use it and see it change. The most important thing I think that people need to do is talk about it, have a conversation. The more we talk about it, the more it will become legislated or looked after, or people will know what to do with it. One of the crazy things about AI is the more we use it, the stronger it's going to be, the better it's going to be for it to do the things that we want it to do. You train the AI, the more you use it. And I think that's also an important thing that we need to consider when it comes to using AI for the things that we want to use it for. I also want to say that AI itself is not the answer to all things. I think it's important for us as creatives, whether you use AI or not, I think it's important for you to still hone your creativity. And on top of that, it's important for you to also interpret and use it as an application where you need to use it. If you want to know whether or not I think it's right or wrong to use AI, I'm not sure. And I think that only time will tell. I think what's important is that we talk about it. We discuss on what it means to us as creatives and what it means for the creative industry as a whole, whether that's TTRPGs, shows, YouTube videos like this here. It can do a great many things. And I think it's important for us to be the stewards of what it means going forward. All right, that's the video. I didn't touch on everything that this tool can do. There's a bunch of other really cool tips and tricks and other prompts and ways of using it that I want to show you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification for when videos go live. Let me know in the comments what you want to see, what your thoughts are on the AI, whether that be our AI or ChatGPT or other AI tools that you have there. Let me know if there's any tools that you use. And I guess I'll see you on the next one. Okay, bye.